I remember being at a place where I found myself over explaining very simple things to my then narcissistic partner, trying to explain them how to be kinder, how to respect other people's boundaries and wishes. I remember seeing how he started behaving towards his colleagues. And this was towards the end of the 10-year relationship where I think he felt very comfortable. I had moved out of state to be with him. We met in our own state together, and then he moved, and I had eventually moved to be with him. And I think all of that made him feel like, okay, now I can really show myself. I can take my mask off, and I can just be myself, and I don't have to pretend around Nailah anymore. And I remember him being very rude to his colleagues, not all of them, but some of them, the ones that he felt that he could bully, right? Because narcissists are typically bullies. And I just remember at the end of the relationship thinking like, why do I have to explain this to you? You know, even the way he would speak rough to me and answer me. And it's like, I know we all have bad days, but I'm starting to find that I'm having to explain myself over and over, and for things that you should already know as an adult, right? And that is when it started to click for me, because I started to feel drained. Like, this is too much. And then you're criticized for trying to educate them on how to treat you or how to treat other people. It was just too much, right? So I think the reason I was doing that was because I thought that the more I explain, then they will change. Their behavior would change. I thought I had control over it. For those of you who know my story, as I say, not only do I have experience in narcissistic romantic relationship, but also narcissistic family relationships. I remember one of the relatives, I hadn't been around him in years, but eventually when we got back together, I noticed those same traits that I saw growing up, where he lied a lot, not just to me, but to other people as well, like unnecessarily lying, you know, like what was the purpose of you saying that, you know, like just for no reason, you know, trying to cheat people out of their money, whether it be people we don't know or family and friends, just very dishonest, just not a good person, right? And there was a part of me that felt like I loved them. You know, I hadn't seen them in a long time. I was going through my own situation, and I was like, I would love for us to just come together as a family. And I just thought that the more I love on them, you know, we grew up together, the more I love on them, you know, and just show them like, no, this is not right. We should do things this way, that they would change, right? And I think you can relate to this, where we're always trying to see, can they change? Because you don't want to let go of the image that you created of them, the fantasy that you created of them, and the vision for the future that you created in your mind to have with them. You know, it's disappointing. You know, it's like I love steak. It's like going to a restaurant, seeing the steak on the menu. I love T-bones, right? And you get the steak and it's disappointing, and you're eating it and you're trying to say it's good, but it's really not, right? It's disappointing when people or things don't turn out the way you expect it to. So you're always trying to figure out, you know, can they change? Now, in today's video, we're answering the question, do narcissists change for the right person? This question often comes up. So we're not just talking about them changing now, but we're talking about for the right person. This question often comes up when either the narcissist has discarded you or have moved on in a new relationship, and you're wondering, like, is this person going to get the good version of them, right? So I'm going to answer that for you today, but I don't just want to answer it for you. I want to, as I always do with my clients, I want to empower you to be able to answer this for yourself, because I want you to go out into the world after this video or any of my other videos, being more wise in discerning between healthy and unhealthy people. So we're not even just looking at narcissists. We're just talking about unhealthy versus healthy people, toxic versus healthy people, right? So you can determine, are you going to allow this person or these persons to get close to you, right? Because that's really what it's about. It's not about being hyper focused on narcissism, but it's really about understanding, you know, how do I guard and filter, rather, I think that's a better word, filter the type of people that get direct access to me, right? So do narcissists change for the right person? First point I want you to consider, and if you're in this situation, I suggest you write it down so you can go back to this, reflect on it, and apply it to your situation. First, you want to understand, what is a narcissist, right? Because if you really think about what a narcissist is, and I know this term is thrown around very loosely, you'll be able to answer this for yourself. What is a narcissist? A narcissist is someone that exploits others, right? They exploit, they take advantage of you, your qualities, your characteristics, and anything that you have. They're takers, right? And I know you may be thinking, well, I don't really have anything to take. It's not just materialistic things. It's also, let me make sure my mic is on. It's also who you are, your character, your kindness, your loyalty, the fact that you love to lift other people up, the fact that you're a happy person, the fact that you have good people around you because you are a healthy person, right? There are things about you that they want, but not only do they want it, they're going to exploit it. They're going to rob it from you, take it from you, and they're not going to pour back into you. So they're going to take from you, but not pour back into you. And that is a one-sided relationship. That's not how it's supposed to be, because you end up drained and empty, right? So once you understand that about a narcissist, then the question is, do they have the capacity to change, right? Because we're asking, do narcissists change for the right person? Now that we've established what a narcissist is, do they have the capacity to change? The answer is no. Someone who enjoys exploiting other people, they don't want to change that. Even if they know they're wrong, even if you have preached to them, you prayed over them, you threw holy water on them, you talked to them, telling them they're wrong and how they should be better, they're going to listen because they love the attention. You're a supply. I know you think you're doing God's work, and I'm a God believer as well, a Jesus Christ believer. But you got to know, the Bible also says, don't waste your energy on fools. Some people don't want to change. They just want your attention and your energy, right? So even though they know they're doing all the wrong things, they don't have any intention to change because it is who they are. It feels good to them, right? They don't have the capacity to change. Second point to the question of, do narcissists change for the right person? Their personality, their narcissistic traits, right? We just spoke about exploiting others. They don't have empathy, so they don't feel bad to exploit. They don't lose sleep at night over that. They're completely okay with taking advantage of others. They're completely okay with hurting others. They can pretend well, but they don't feel it. Right? So these are their personality traits. Their personality is not based on anyone else. So whether you're the right person or the wrong person, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Do narcissists change for the right person? You're irrelevant. You're not a factor in who they are and their personality. So whether you're the right person or the wrong person, it doesn't matter. Third point, and this is a big one here because I think a lot of times you ask this question because of there's someone else in the picture, or there might be someone else in the picture and you're wondering, is this person going to get the better version of them? Do not be fooled by their moments of strategic good behavior with the new supply. Supply is the person, right? That's giving them attention, any form of attention, right? In this case, we're talking about possibly a new girlfriend or wife, right? Don't be fooled by their moments, the narcissist moments of strategic good behavior. Keyword, I'm not just saying good behavior, strategic good behavior. They're strategic about how they act, how they behave, and to who they behave that way, and around who they behave that way. Of course, the new supply is going to get the best version of them, but it's an act. And they're good at putting on an act for quite some time. So if you're monitoring them, which I don't suggest you do, but if you're monitoring them and their relationship and how it's going, you might say, well, gosh, maybe it was me. Maybe I was the problem. Look how things are going well with them. Or you're watching their social media, again, which I suggest that you don't, right? But it's strategic. The good behavior is strategic because it is part of their game. They suck you in, they trap you, and they break you. And to make sure you don't leave, they're going to suck you back in again with some more love bombing, and you're going to be on their roller coaster of up and down, up and down. But don't be fooled by that. One, don't monitor them. because you're taking away your time and energy from working on you and healing you. You are coming out of war. This is a battlefield that you were in. You're coming out with bruises and missing limbs, God forbid, just a figure of statement, right? You don't have time to focus on them. Leave them to God. Bring your focus back to you. So you should not be monitoring them, right? But if you are, know that the good behavior that you see with this new person is an act. Don't be fooled. They are who they are. They're just really good at putting on that mask for people. They're really good at it. I always say if they could get paid for it, they'll be wealthy. I haven't met any wealthy ones yet, but they're so good at what they do. If they could get paid for it, they would be wealthy. Okay? So if you find it hard to let go, if you find it hard to break no contact, and no contact, for those of you who are not clear, no contact means not only not having any contact with that narcissistic or toxic person, but not even having the desire to check on them, to check their social media, to hear from a third party that you guys know mutually, what's going on in their life. So not only are you suppressing the desire to contact them or not respond to them when they contact you or not to check on them, you're not only suppressing it, rather you actually don't even have the desire for it. Like you really couldn't care less what's happening with them. Right? It's not a factor for you. Your only focus is you. If you're trying to get to that place because you understand that's what you need to do in order to heal, in order to move on healthily, in order to rebuild yourself, go ahead and click the link in the description box below. I have a program called the Relationship Detox, or you can go to the relationshipdetox.co to get more information and see if that is what you want. But I believe this course, I have created this course actually, not only where it has helped other people that have taken some of these classes, but also has helped me, right? These are the tools that's going to teach you how to let go, how to go no contact, and how to maintain it. Because sometimes you know how to go no contact, but to sticking to it is a different story. But listen, if you don't do these things, you're going to waste years of your life. Do not think because time is passing by that this is just going to blow over. Trauma, which is high levels of distress that you have experienced as high levels of distress, trauma can manifest in different forms. So even though maybe you are not in a relationship anymore, you have gotten a new job or moved or whatever it is, you feel like, all right, I'm moving on. If you have not addressed certain things, it can then resurface. The trauma can resurface in another way. Okay? And I don't want that for you. I've seen the difference between people who work on themselves versus people who don't work on themselves. And you can go into your 70s still battling the residual effect of a traumatic experience with a toxic and narcissistic relationship. All right? So if you don't want that to be you, go ahead and click the links in the description box below. See how you can get support to be able to heal and move on. If you're watching this month, as I'm recording this, we're in December. I actually opened up a free group called Stronger in 30 Days, where I'm giving 30 days of free coaching actually. Right? So this is my holiday gift to you from December 1st to December 30th. This group is open. I am limiting the seats because I don't want it to be an overflow of people. I want to be able to give people the attention that they need. So get in while you can. But this group is going to give you a lot. I'm also taking some classes out of my course, so you will be able to get access to some of those classes from the course at no cost. And you'll also be able to get direct access to me for coaching support. So go to StrongerIn30.com. That's 30, StrongerIn30.com if you want to get in before the holidays are over. I hope this message serves you. I hope it blesses you. And I will see you in the next episode.